NFL fans frequently wonder what could have been after their favorite teams made questionable trades. Over the years, there have been many one-sided NFL deals. Some of them involved athletes who didn't succeed, while others involved draft picks who failed to live up to expectations. Here are some of the worst trades in NFL history. We begin by citing a shocking deal in 2020 when the Texans acquired David Johnson for DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins and a fourth-round pick were traded to Arizona by Bill O'Brien in exchange for Johnson, a second-round pick, and 4 fourth-round picks. Although the deal's results have yet to be realized, Houston's return for Hopkins appears highly dubious. It's difficult to imagine this agreement appearing as anything other than a disaster when it's examined, given the depressed value of running backs in today's NFL. Hopkins has established himself as one of the most excellent wide receivers in football, while Johnson received only 130 touches in 2019 and last averaged 4 yards per rush in 2016. Raiders acquired Antonio Brown in 2019 for 2 draft picks, forming the example of a foolish deal. Brown left the Steelers late in the 2018 campaign. The Raiders obtained him for what was regarded as a cheap sum of 3rd and 5th round picks. When Brown moved to Oakland, though, the drama worsened, since he refused to comply with the NFL's new helmet regulations. He missed a portion of training camp due to frostbite from not donning suitable footwear during cryotherapy. After Brown continued to skip workouts, had his contract's guaranteed money nullified, and got into a confrontation with general manager Mike Mayock, the Raiders finally fired him late in camp. Thirdly, the Bears traded up for Mitchell Trubisky in 2018, proving it an unfitting deal. In exchange for the right to choose Trubisky in the 2017 draft, the Bears gave San Francisco 1st, 3rd, and 4th round picks and a 3rd round pick in 2018. Trubisky has not only struggled to improve in his first 3 NFL seasons, but the Bears also chose him over Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. The deal and draft pick seem worse and worse for Chicago as time passes. The Bills acquired Kelvin Benjamin for 2 draft picks in 2017. At the 2017 trade deadline, the Panthers, still in the hunt, surprised the football world by dealing Benjamin to the Bills in exchange for 3rd and 7th round picks. It turned out that Carolina had overpriced the former 1,000-yard receiver because he only accumulated 217 yards in 6 games with the Bills the following season and was cut after 12 contests. In 2016, Browns acquired Jamie Collins as a 3rd-round pick and disappointed the fans. Early in 2016, the Patriots dealt Collins to the pitiful Browns for a 3rd-round pick. Even though he had started 6 games and made the Pro Bowl the year before, Collins agreed to a contract extension with Cleveland after the year. After just 2 years, the agreement was terminated. Collins had a triumphant comeback for the Pats in 2019 and was once again a top performer. Colts contracted Trent Richardson for a 1st-round pick in 2013, making it one of the worst deals. Just 2 weeks into the 2013 season, Cleveland dealt the excellent running back to the Colts for a 1st-round pick after drafting Richardson 3rd overall in the draft and seeing him rush for 950 yards and 11 touchdowns in his rookie campaign. Richardson labored with the Colts for 2 seasons before being traded, shocking the league, but the Browns emerged as the clear victors. After the 2014 season, Richardson was released, and he never again participated in an NFL game. Let's talk about another deal that proved a failure. In 2012, Redskins traded up for Robert Griffin III. The Redskins sent 3 first-round picks and a 2nd-round pick to the Rams. They were set at quarterback, with former first-round pick Sam Bradford, in an attempt to target Heisman Trophy winner Griffin III. The big deal backfired for Washington since RG3 injured his knee at the end of his rookie season, which sent his career into a tailspin. The Cowboys acquired Roy Williams for draft picks in 2008, which proved an entirely unsuccessful trade. In October 2008, the Cowboys traded a 1st, 3rd, and 6th round pick to the Lions for Williams, a former Texas Longhorn. The former Pro Bowl wideout was released after the 2010 season because he could not repeat his early career performance while playing with the Cowboys, failing to accumulate even 600 yards in a season. Next on the list, we would like to mention a trade that disappointed NFL fans. In 2007, Dolphins traded Wes Welker for draft picks. The wide receiver became a success with the Patriots, 3 times leading the league in receptions and appearing in 5 straight Pro Bowls. In his first 3 NFL seasons, Welker served as a slot receiver and return specialist. In 2007, he was traded from Miami to New England in exchange for 2nd and 7th round picks. The Raiders traded Randy Moss for a 4th round pick in 2007. Moss struggled to find his footing in 2 costly seasons with Oakland before being sold to New England for a 4th round pick in 2007. Moss had one of the best comprehensive receiver seasons after partnering with Tom Brady, leading to a 16-0 regular season with 1,493 yards and 23 touchdowns. He ran for the Patriots for more than 1,000 yards in the following 2 seasons. Next up, we have an example of trading that could have been better. In 1999, the Saints traded up for Ricky Williams, which proved a very premature decision later on. To get the 2nd overall pick and select Williams, New Orleans exchanged 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks in 1999, along with 1st and 3rd round picks in 2000 to the Redskins. Williams played for the Saints for just 3 seasons despite having a productive NFL running back career. The Chargers traded up for Ryan Leaf in 1998. San Diego traded 2 first-round picks, a 2nd-round pick, and 2 players to the Cardinals in order to jump from 3rd to 2nd place in the first round. San Diego chose Leaf, which caused the organization to stay caught up. Leaf, who the Colts selected in the 2nd round of the draft behind Peyton Manning, is regarded as one of the worst drought flops in history. Up next is the example of the Bears acquiring Rick Mirer as a 1st-round pick in 1997. 4 years into his NFL career with the Seahawks, Mirer appeared to be a complete disaster, going 20-31 while completing only 53% of his passes. Nevertheless, he managed to deal with a 1st-round choice from Chicago. Only 3 of the games the quarterback started for Chicago resulted in victories. He was later fired after the campaign. In 1996, Rams traded Jerome Bettis for draft picks. Again, that deal disappointed the public greatly. In his first 2 NFL seasons with the Rams, Bettis made the Pro Bowl. However, after the team relocated to St. Louis and a new coaching staff was installed, 1995 saw a decline in Bettis' performance. The team and the player decided to move on, with the Rams sending Bettis to Pittsburgh in 1997 in exchange for the Steelers' 2nd and 4th round picks and a 3rd round pick. With their 1st round selection in 1996, St. Louis instead selected the failure, Lawrence Phillips. Pittsburgh's Bettis went on to post 6 consecutive 1,000-yard rushing seasons before being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Next on this list, we have another example of the worst trading. In 1996, Rams traded Sean Gilbert to acquire 1st-round pick Lawrence Phillips. Just over a year into his tenure with the Rams, Phillips inspired the team to trade for future Hall of Fame running back Jerome Bettis. The Rams traded defensive end Sean Gilbert to the Washington Redskins for the 6th overall pick. Phillips' conduct off the field was disregarded by St. Louis when selecting the former Nebraska running back. Consequently, these contorted into the worst NFL trades ever. Which trade do you think was the worst?